What them say? Up to the buzz. You don't know. The buzz.
You know how we roll.
This is the entertainment buzz. Further on in the buzz.
That is why they part our things. And them searching and searching. Like what just on the clip them away.
What we gonna do right here is go back. Way back into time.
Sky, are you? All the respect them eyes up. Like a flag. Hear me now. So about it. Dig it way.
Entertainment buzz are the real thing, man. Sight.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, we want to say a very special welcome to the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. Good night, Bones. Welcome back. Where have you been?
Well, I don't know why Kemaris distracted me. What were you saying a while ago before you say anything else? You shut up and you might shut up and laugh at the same time. All right, we're on now, sir. All right, we want to say a special welcome to the EBUZZ, DJ Bones. It's been a rough week.
I know. You see how much time I message you? But before we get into that with you, because I haven't seen you in so long, so I have lots of questions for you. But first of all, like you mentioned, welcome to our listeners. Remember, you can clock in and lock in with us on our IRFM platforms using the IRFM mobile app. You know, remember, say it free and that type of thing. It is the EBUZZ and we're live and Bones is in the building.
I must tell you, it has been an extremely rough week in terms of, well, the projection of this hurricane and how it has changed its shifts or changed it that, you know, where it's supposed to go so many times. Yeah, so many times. So initially, it was supposed to be in the east. Gradually, it came west. Then it passed, then it went southwest and then into the northwest, right through St. James, and then it exited the country. It has been, as everybody has said, it's probably the worst hurricane in history. And it's the worst hurricane that has ever hit Jamaica, that is for sure. It has also, I have seen this hurricane do some things that a normal hurricane would not do. When you see a hurricane literally stripping the bark off of a tree, that is hard to do. Bending metal. When you're having sustained winds of 185 miles per hour in the eye wall, not the eye, because inside the eye is calm. Outside the eye is for about...
where the damage happens.
Exactly. So we saw people who were caught off guard because some people say, okay, we are going to get it. We're going to get prepared, but it is not going to hit the west side. And, you know, the meteorologists were saying, you know, Kingston, you know, going to get the brunt. And then what happened, it kept slowing down and it stopped. And it paused. And then it strengthened and it stayed there and then came straight to where we are. So so people were concerned. But what images you see on the media.
Social media.
Doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, a lot of people across social media, you know, have been saying that, like, witnessing the devastation in person it will leave you speechless in comparison to what we're seeing across social media. But for you personally, though, were you at home alone when it happened? What was the feeling like for you? I know you have experienced, you know, like hurricanes and stuff before.
Quite a few.
But dating all the way back to Gilbert and beyond.
Not Gilbert.
But what was it? What was the experience like for you, though?
Well, I rode out the storm with my mother at my house in Mobay.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, because she's in 80, you know. So you don't want to leave her alone there. I mean, in terms, she's in a complex, but you still want to make sure that you're there. So the hurricane, and it's a good thing that I did that because the hurricane was nothing like what I expected. The house took a pounding for a good 18 hours, held up well. And then all of a sudden, there was I'm getting the feeling that extra burst of wind was the eye wall coming through. And it it didn't damage, it didn't write off the house, but it lifted some of the tiles on the roof. And these were things that we just renovated recently. And it lifted them. And then, but here was the most traumatic part of the storm. We nailed in some doors, we battened up. And the power of the wind bust the board and bust the nail.
Wow.
And then what we had to do now is stand behind the door with 2 chairs and push against the door. And the wind was pushing the door and the chairs and me away. That's how powerful it was. And I had to stand behind that door for over an hour before the wind slightly subsided. Then we saw just debris everywhere, flying. Roof just a fly. And I mean, I'm not talking, you know, a little thing. These things are flying so fast that it will cut anything it touch. Zinc, dechromastic roof, everything was just flying. And I think one of the scariest things, because of the wind speed that was so powerful, of about 180 miles an hour, the howling of the wind was so loud and powerful. And then, so the hurricane came in tranches. So you got a light wind. Then the wind intensified. Then the wind got very, 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 very strong, which would be the strongest part of it. And when you say to yourself, no, all right, the wind gone. You see, right after the wind gone, the rain came. Heavy. And it downpoured, and it downpoured, and it flooded, and then this is how it was now. When you're getting some information that Melissa is gone now off the island, we're still getting the tail. So you're getting howling winds 2:00 in the morning after Melissa gone. So it's
wow. And then I know, like, you know, all your areas, because have you been to Hanover since? And no. What is the impact?
Hanover, and one of the things we need to understand, we don't want people to think that because ground zero was pretty much Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, that Hanover was not. Hanover got a beating, a proper beating, like an indisciplined child, got a beating. And we want to make sure that whatever aid is being given out, which is a lot, from what we heard. The thing with it is that we hear about the aid, but we're not seeing it yet. We're not seeing it the right way.
It's not trickling down. And that's the conversation, because right now, a lot of persons, you know, locally and internationally, especially just ordinary Jamaicans, and not saying this to point any fingers or bash anybody at a point where we really need to move as a unit and, you know, just move together. But it is undisputable that the entertainers were the first responders on location as it relates to delivering relief in terms of food supply and water. And that is what people have been seeing, you know, like right across the island in different locations, between Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth and that sort of thing. So it goes back to the point that you just made to say that, look, we hear about the aid, but it's not being felt.
Yeah, $3 million US, 2.5 million
and
pounds.
We do know, say, it's going to take a while because there are processes and that sort of thing. People have to dot certain I's, cross certain T's. And it's not like we are experienced, as in Jamaica, as it relates to a Category 5 hurricane. Yes, it's a first, but still, you know, you hear the horror stories about bodies and that sort of thing. Condolences to the people who have lost, you know, loved ones.
I tell you this, it has been such a rough situation. The concern that I have when you hear about the entertainers, a massacre, I know Dexter Daps did some contributions. You understand Bounty is getting ready with DJ Khaled to get their things on. They can pick up and go to the people right away. You understand? My thing is this. First and foremost, I want to say a big thank you and big ups. I don't know if you want me to call him name, but this is somebody who is always very helpful when it comes to anything with IRFM or anything philanthropic. And that is Pablo from Mongoose.
Yes,
Mongoose.
big up Pablo. That's true.
He gave me a large donation in terms of what do you call it now? Supplies. Want to tell him that we have sent out supplies to Cornwall Mountain in Westmoreland, and we sent out stuff to Bethel Town. They should get there tomorrow. But I must let you know that the real brunt of it was in Montego Bay, where I was, because they were right in front of me. So we had a bunch of people who were actually doing some cleanup activities yesterday. And we told them, look, we have a little package here, some sardines. So he gave sardines. He gave lots of toiletries. He gave cases of water. He gave a lot of clothes, nice clothes too. And just overall little things that you would need for your hygiene. You know, toilet, what do you call it, toothpaste and all of these things, right? Toiletries. Every single one of those guys in the yard that we were talking to, they said they were homeless. The hurricane blew everything.
I had a conversation with GT, because we haven't heard from GT in a while. So I had sent him a message, just waiting to hear from him, checking in daily, until I got a message from him, and GT was saying that he lost everything. He spoke about his roof going off, then, he went down, and then, in came the water, and he basically lost everything. So happy to know. But one of the things that he stressed on is that he has life. And that is the narrative that you're getting from a lot of persons who will say to you that, look, I have lost everything. When I look at my neighbors, when you hear stories of people, losing their lives, even though they're in that situation, they're saying that, look, I have life. And for that, I am absolutely grateful. So glad that GT is okay. So too is Joy Morgan, who is from St. Elizabeth. She's okay too.
And we have life, but what we don't have much of right now is time. So we're going to take a quick break and soon forward. Take a break.
Falmouth Chicken. Looking for scrumptious food? Falmouth Chicken is simply the best in Western Jamaica. Vibes, wow. The time by Falmouth Chicken is...
The time is 8:47 p.m. If you're just joining us, it is the EBUZZ. And we want to just be glad that all our folks are, alive. And most people made it through. And but the trauma, I think what it is that we want to talk about is just a lot of people are going to need mental... therapy, because that is how bad it was. I'm just checking my messages because I'm getting a whole bunch of them. But what I'm saying is, with us, people are going to need therapy. They're going to go through a lot because the hurricane itself was so traumatic. Kudos once again to all the folks who have stepped up and contributed. As I mentioned before, I'm now start big up Pablo because he called me. I said, I'm going to Mobe. And Pablo says, stop a mongoose. I have some things to give. So I think, say, all right, he might give me a 1-2 bottle of water or something like that. My van couldn't hold nothing. It was so full. And my heart was full. He hugged and said, listen, we have these things, give them out. Because we realize that people don't have clothes. It's just like you leave your house, good to go. And then you come back and the whole of the house flattened with everything that you own inside of it. It is traumatic. So... we were able to give out quite a bit of it. Some is still left, but we still were able to give out a lot. And we only hope it makes a difference. Thanks to Colleen, my neighbor, too. She's been making the runs in Westmoreland, Cornwall Mountain, and then place there. And she had to go to Kingston, buy things from Kingston because you can't access anything in Montego Bay. So this is how bad it is in Montego Bay and the areas. So ATMs don't work. We always had a problem with ATM long time. Now them have a real reason for no work. They don't work.
How about electricity?
None.
Do you have that?
Non-existent. Water? None. Do you understand? So it is where you're working. Oh, biggest one, no communication. Networks are down. So you're in a situation where you don't have no water, you don't have no light, you have no access to cash, and you can't call nobody to help you. That is just like the worst case scenario. And then where you are is apocalyptic. It's like post-apocalyptic. It's just like everything just flatten, mash up. And then you're just sitting there like, what can you do?
Yeah, Sean Paul in one of the videos that he shared to his social media platform, and, he was just highlighting that the requirements, it's not a sprint. it is definitely a marathon type of support that people will need, because yes, getting out the food, getting out the water and that type of thing, but you're talking about ongoing, continued support, non-stop. And then like you even mentioned, in putting it into perspective, there are so many persons that will require therapy because the situation, the experience, everything was just so traumatic. Somebody texted me right now and said that you basically painted a vivid picture, just talking about the howling of the wind and that sort of thing, just bringing them back, So, and imagine the kids, imagine the children, because you are a grown man with experience from Gilbert, come right down, and here it is. It was still a scary experience.
Well, here's the thing. Categories of hurricanes are determined by speed. And, sometimes the difference between a category 1 or a category 2, sometimes is a difference of 10 miles an hour. Now, you have category 4 and category 5. There's not much difference for them for it to get from a cat 4 to cat 5. The thing is, because of how this storm situated itself, it had all the conditions to be a perfect storm. You know that movie, The Perfect Storm? Mm-hmm. Very low pressure inside. It stayed, it intensified. This is beyond a category 5 in terms of the wind speeds, but because there's no higher scale than a category 5, people are calling it a category 6. But the wind was that strong. And for the type of damage where you're seeing it, it mashed up Witter Village, it mashed up the hotels, Rio Acrowell. Some of the Sandals resorts were damaged badly too, the ones in Mobay. So it's hard to see. Sometimes you're putting all your investment and it just goes away in under a day, Mm-hmm. But people are strong and people are resilient. And right now we're just focusing on rebuilding, road ahead.
The road ahead, yes. It's long, but like you said, we are resilient and it can be done.
All right, before we get to anything, I think we're going to be talking to Mario Bandu about the Momentum Reggae Festival. I didn't even know he was sleeping at a festival still, but let's just find out. Mario, welcome.
Good night,
Greetings.
Greetings, my brother. Momentum Reggae Festival.
Hold on. The audio is a little bit low. I don't know. It's not on my end.
We're hearing you. We're hearing you loud and clear.
I'm trying to hear you as best as possible.
We're hearing you loud and clear.
I know.
Can you hear us? Has it improved?
Repeat that?
Yeah, I don't know what is happening.
Can you hear us better now?
Can you hear us?
I'm hearing you clearly, Kashima. But
okay.
I don't want to hear your voice. But
okay. All right.
let's go ahead with it, man.
All right. Talk to us.
I just want ears.
Momentum Reggae Festival. What can you tell us about it? Tell us everything.
So what should have been
right
this Saturday, November 8th, it has been postponed.
Okay.
With all that is happening because livelihood and life takes priority.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we have to shift the momentum for livelihood as we speak. So that will no longer be held this Saturday. It will be put out for a later date. However, at Unstoppable Lounge in Kerry Park, Trelawney, we will be hosting a benefit concert per se to offset a lot of what is going on. So all proceedings will go towards rebuilding communities starting from Trelawney and as far as we can reach this Saturday. So that's where the momentum will shift to.
Talk to us about the concert and who's on the concert?
So there will be no cover charge to begin with, of course, because we'll have Charlie Black himself will be there for sure, Trelawney citizen, and more. So we'll have, as I said, our proceedings will go towards the aid and such, and we can come as early as 7 p.m. We already made other alternative in terms of power. So we have the necessary power equipment to provide the vibe and try to forget about, I won't say forget, but try to lighten the what is happening mentally, as Shima said earlier on. There will be a lot of therapy. A lot of people need therapy and all of that. So this can be a part of soothing your mind with the entertainment for the greater good.
Okay. And speaking of the greater good, though, based on what has transpired, is there a thinking that you want to donate something towards, hurricane relief, like part proceeds from the event, maybe?
Definitely, we have to look into the schools, because we have to keep these. This is very a delicate period for especially the children. So, if it's even to start with the school, a school in the community, because food is a necessity also, but the development, the longevity is what needs to be focused on also, because with rebuilding and have substance in it, of course, then everything will. So what we're working on is normality to an extent.
Okay. Well, all right. We wish you all the best with it, Mario. We understand why you'd have to change locations and pivot a bit, because you see, these are extraordinary times. I don't think we've ever seen anybody like that. Anything like that in this time. So,
I didn't.
I know you can't.
I didn't hear that last part. Sorry.
Yeah, we know that you had to pivot and change course because of what is happening. These are very extraordinary times, and we only just want to wish you all the best with the function that is going to be happening at the Unstoppable Lounge in Trelawney, because that is something that is important. And we want to just give kudos to everybody who have jumped in really quickly and been sending aid. The aid is so much. The pain out there is so much that I don't even think there's enough aid, but any little...
It can't be enough.
Can't be enough, brother.
No, cannot.
Give thanks for the
devastation is too much.
Yeah. So, there cannot be too much aid, as I said. So,
all right, Mario.
We all unite.
Yeah, unity
come
power.
Together.
Unity is strength.
Rebuild a better nation.
Yes, sir.
No, right, absolutely.
Sir. Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you for sharing and providing those updates for us. And when the time comes, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Respect.
Have a good night.
Mario, respect.
All right. Good night.
Once again, I want to shout out GT Taylor. Glad that you're up and running. I actually did hear the conversation with GT and Amber on the radio. I heard them, and his resolve is still there. Obviously, very shaken. But I'm telling you, I don't know whoever experienced the brunt of this storm. If you're not shaken, something wrong with you. It was that traumatic. It was, it was that way. So we just want to rebuild. We want to focus on recovery, but rescue is the main thing right now. Get the urgent things to the people so that they can at least start to see a way out. Food supplies, we want to say there's a lot. Helicopters have been flying all over, but there's some little areas that not getting it, and they've been damaged. Places in Trelawney also, places in Westmoreland, places in even parts of Mandeville. They need to get
and while we understand that, there has to be like an assessment, you hear it from the people who are in these situations saying you hear a helicopter and you need water, something as crucial as that. And then when you are running towards the sound and thinking that, okay, here is rescue. No, there goes a leader or somebody who is embarking, coming out, too long hand, nothing at all says that type of thing. And we do understand the assessment, but when you hear these concerns and stories from real people who are in need,
what we're in need of,
it make you ball.
It make you ball. And what we really are in need of right now is a time signal. So it soon come. We take a break.
Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation. The time on IRI FM is?
It's 8:59, and we're here just kind of getting an overview of this massive Category 5 hurricane that hit Jamaica about a week ago or so, a little over a week. And it has, and the effects, the repercussions of it, how much is it you think it's going to set back this country? We got rough estimates from the Prime Minister.
I hear the Prime Minister saying, and he was just talking about infrastructural damage. And he placed that at 6 to 7 billion US dollars. That's so so we're not even talking about, on a personal level, like people's houses, just the rebuilding exercise and that type of thing. So very, very expensive, because when you also think about the 24 million or billion from the insurance.
From the cap fund.
Yes.
But the cap fund is supposed to pay out somewhere at about 150 million. Because basically how the cap fund works, that there are certain conditions that have to be met with a natural disaster that will trigger a payout. And if the hurricane doesn't happen, then the people who invested in the cap fund make a lot of money. But if the cap fund, if a hurricane happens like this one, the investors don't make the money, but Jamaica would earn the money because Jamaica is the victim here. So this checked all the boxes in terms of
the boxes,
the pressure, the wind speed, the build up, the size. Every box was checked, and it was supposed to pay out 150 million US dollars. And there's another hurricane fund I hear that is supposed to pay out something else. But we need to make sure when we see these monies arrive, the benefits are seen right away. They're not far from now.
No, absolutely. Because you have ordinary Jamaicans, doing the math. I think...
Warrior King is online.
Yes, we're getting ready for Warrior King. Warrior King, he is from St. Elizabeth, and he made a video basically asking for support, not for himself, but for his parish, for Westmoreland, for St. Elizabeth. So we have Warrior King joining us online. Good night, Warrior King, and thank you so much for taking time out to come on and talk to us.
Bless up yourself, Warrior King. Are you there? All right, we're not hearing him. So
we're not hearing him. I also spoke with,
All right, we're hearing you.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Bring up yourself, Warrior King.
Greetings, them of Imperial Majesty.
All right, we need some volume on Warrior King part. Turn him up.
Yes, Warrior King, thank you for taking time out to talk to us. How are you, first of all? How are you and your family?
We are alive and giving thanks, man. Life is the most precious gift ever, so we are very grateful to be alive. Regardless of the situation, we have life, so we have to give thanks. A lot of people have lost their life in this trial time, so we give thanks. We do give thanks.
All right, Warrior King, let us get down to the veg of the matter. Come on, Rasta, so when I say meat. All right, so let us talk about your parish. Give us a description of the damage that you have seen so far.
Devastated. One word we can use to describe everything. Devastating. Terrifying. Man, terrible. You can hear me clearly?
We can hear you loud now, man, loud and clear.
It's tough, man. When the neighbors around, people house destroyed, people on the roof, people jobless and homeless right now.
I saw you. I saw you shared a video, with you and Sizzla Kalonji, and you were saying, Sizzla on the ground. What was that conversation about, and what was it? What was Sizzla doing in St. Elizabeth at that time?
Well, him they cut down some. Him and him brethren, they cut down some trees in Westmoreland. I live in St. Elizabeth, so they moved through the parishes. So Westmoreland is next door to me. So we side Sizzla. Him that do some help clean up and stuff, So we stop on all our vibe. We were on the same mission, to be honest, But we are talking some things that this hurricane. We are talking this hurricane is not just a normal hurricane, This seems like a man-made thing. That's some of the thing we are talking about,
Well, we also have to also recognize the whole thing of climate change. The climate has changed in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And we have gotten a lot of Category 5 hurricanes in the Caribbean recently. Not all of them made landfall, but they've been there. And as the time and the climate changes, the weather changes. This is definitely a storm for the history book, or the hurricane.
I'm DJ Bones, but I'll be honest straight up, because I'm 46-year-old. I'm experienced Gilbert and some other minor hurricanes. And when we live at St. Elizabeth, it's like, I don't know if you know about the farming industry, like when they spray Roundup and grandma's own pan grass that the farmers use sometimes to get rid of weeds and stuff.
Yes.
That's all the place look with all the rainfall, the place look brown. And that's not natural to me, to be honest, very weird and strange.
And the speed of the wind, boy, that wind speed was terrible.
But it's very devastating what's going on in the parish.
Very bad. Very bad.
Westmoreland same way, and here Hanover and Lucy and the place get it hard also.
Yes. We want to make sure that everybody gets equal coverage because yes, we understand certain parishes have gotten more of damage, but we can't exclude the ones that have also gotten damage because it is still devastating lives.
Yeah, and an issue I want to bring up still, to be honest, I haven't seen any MP, whether from PMP or JLP,
heard that too.
Presenting communities. That's one of the things where people right now, people that get right now, because people come, we have a Starlink thing, so people can get internet access because there's no electricity, no phone service in my region. Some people are complaining I haven't seen their MP since the hurricane,
Yeah,
that's very sad. That's very sad.
Yeah,
and some assistance.
Indeed.
There's a political assistance that's going on in my community too, because people are not affiliated with the present party now. They're not getting the assistance. And it's very sad in this day and age and the situation, and it's very detrimental. Everybody I feel it.
One of the things, in America and other countries, when a catastrophe, because the catastrophe is projected, like they could tell us where it is, how soon it will hit, and so on. That gives you time to prepare, right? Normally, certain places, when they know it's going to hit, the help has already positioned itself there, And once the wind subside or the condition gone down, they go right into action. I really did not see that. It's like everybody are fighting everywhere,
Yeah, man. DJ Bones Kashima, you say if you come into the community where I'm and in surrounding areas, I think tears will come to your eyes if you see some living conditions. Some people are on the street side. It really, really, really hard.
It is bad. I've seen some of it, yeah.
Yeah. But Warrior, like your name suggests, Warrior, we understand that, already you are on a mission because you are, going off. Talk to us about where you are getting ready to go and the assistance that you're also seeking. And even for our listeners, locally and globally, for those who are not impacted, how can they be of any assistance as well?
Well, the assistance is really needed. So right now with my platform I have, with even the social media platforms that I have, I try to visit people's home and them situation and make the situation aware to different people out there in the world. So the people right now, they need like the house roof are damaged, they need zincs, they need lumber, they need generators, because based upon my ear, when I get back light till about March, April of next year.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's possible. Yeah. That's possible because of the devastation.
Yeah, because we get our electricity from Black River, and I must say GT Taylor has been hit hard on this one too. So enough love.
Yes. I spoke to GT. I'm glad that he's okay.
Yes.
Give thanks to life.
GT, prayers for you again, brother. Prayers for GT.
But any aid, any assistance, food, but people just want, like, you have a lot of trade people and farmers in the community that where I reside. So they need seeds, they need suckers, like they need generators, especially solar generators.
Yeah.
Because the gas thing is very expensive. You pay $5,000, $6,000 a day. They can't afford the money right now. So the solar generator, anybody can come together and use some generators so can give to certain people who really need it at the time, who can make things and help other people also.
What I see here, Warrior King, is that this catastrophe is bigger than any most government could have handled. And they're getting a lot of international aid. What I really want to see is to make sure it gets to the people fast enough.
No, that's the main concern.
That is the key.
Not getting there.
All the money they're getting, I don't see where the people in the community getting anything.
Yeah, it's not trickling down.
It's independent people are helping
Independent
the people like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like myself and many others who have a good conscience and heart. Them missing in the communities. When I see a government representative or really I give out anything, I try see what the people them apply to so they can assist them as best and as swift as possible. I don't see none of that going on, and it's very sad.
Yeah, I saw you shared a video, like of your neighbor's home, just on the inside and the severity of the damage and, like all of that. And like you're saying, this is just one of many, and even though their structure was somewhat still up, because I've seen from your parish warrior persons sharing that they are literally sleeping outside. There isn't anywhere for them to go, you know.
A lot of people are homeless and jobless, and the house that is on social media was right next door to me, where there's a fence separate us. So you can see the extent of the damage there. It's hard. When I go up there and see her, because she's a pastor and her husband is a Rastafarian, but you know they're very kind and the people they come in to love them. So when me see their state, it might bring tears to my eyes. It was really, really sad. So I tell her, so I'll do something on social media and say, come, you know, we have all the funds to help everybody. So I say, if we use my platform with my my reputation and thing, maybe some people can, you know, can show some assistance and show some love.
But Warrior, though, you weren't in Jamaica when the storm hit. You were on the Welcome to Jamrock cruise.
Yeah,
what was that thinking and feeling like, knowing that, you know, your children were there?
I'll be your water full of man now. It was very, honestly speaking, because when I was going on stage, the same neighbor that I put on social media, she sent my wife, who's also my manager, a text. I said, everything is lost.
Yes.
So that was a text, right as I have the microphone and my hand to go up on stage. You know, when she said that, my eye full of water, so, you know, my children, I think about my children, I think about my parents, I think about my family, I think about friends, you know. So it was, especially my children, because they're very young, you know.
Yes.
So it was very emotional for me.
Must have been difficult. And you know,
you see a lot of, there's a lot of people crying on the ship, you know, that people don't know. A lot of people I see a lot of people in corners, in elevators, on the stairs. They were crying because they have family, they have homes here, they have relatives, their loved ones are here in Jamaica. So me witness a lot of people crying on the ship. So I can tell it from a personal experience.
Everything happens, you know. I was to be on that ship also too, you know, right?
Yeah.
And we were supposed to meet it in Ocherius and sail back to Florida. So I was supposed to do one of the shows on the ship.
Yes, and they detoured the route.
They detoured the route.
Yeah, to Mexico.
Bunch of us had to shift because I think Bounty was to be on, Sizzler was supposed to be on.
Yes,
we were supposed
Cape Town,
and we were all to catch it here.
But to be honest, it was a wonderful first experience performing on a cruise.
Yes, a great cruise.
It was wonderful. When I say wonderful, it was wonderful.
It's a lovely cruise, man. I know it. Yeah, it's quite.
Yeah, but you see, I went Panaya being get up on the cruise. So
early morning.
Yeah, man. Every artist will come on the stage. Enough words, sound, and power go for the Jamaican community and the Jamaican people. Even not just the early morning. Naya being with Ras Iva and the family, but like every artist.
But continuous.
Every artist go up Shabba Ranks, you know, all the artists, them Spragga Benz, you know, the Marley family, all the artists that went up on stage, they send out word and prayers for the Jamaican family, you know, which was very wonderful.
It's very spiritual. That early morning chanting is lovely. I've had the experience of that. I'm not right through the day. But, you know.
But Warrior, we're really happy that you and your family are
safe.
Okay,
alive,
and you know, are safe and that type of thing, because you know, like you said, your neighbors, just a fence separate you, and if anybody should go to your social media page right now, they can see the devastation, you know, from your neighbor's property.
The fence no longer exists, to be honest. Right now the fence gone somewhere. I don't even know it's gone.
Well, you know, well, nobody can fence you in anymore. You're fenceless.
As a conscious artist, though, with this level of devastation, Warrior King, what is the message that you want to share with, you know, Jamaicans who are listening right now, especially persons who are in areas that are badly damaged?
Well, Connects have a new album out now, but you have a song called Resilient, so we have to be a very resilient nation. But the always have a saying, we're little and we're talawa, so there's no obstacle, whether great or small, that we as Jamaican people can't overcome, you know? So I think if this is the time for us to be united, you know, we have to be our brothers' keeper, our sisters' keeper, and we have to just work together and build. We cannot be selfish, you know, we have to just build and be unified and just, you know, help each other till we can stabilize your life again.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I don't know if you know a place in St. Elizabeth, Las Vegas Lounge, you know it?
That gone, you know.
The owner is texting me right now. He said I lost my house, my mother's house, and my business.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. A lot of people in the parish of St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland and neighboring parishes, there are a lot of people are homeless and jobless. You go drive up on the road now, 5-6 people run on the vehicle, and everybody want hungry, everybody want food, but people want a new start, them house gone, them the window gone, them door gone, everything blood, them want back them comfort so them can refocus them life and start again.
It's a hard start, I tell you. It is hard.
Yeah, but with me personally, may I try my best. People come check my gates. I'm a drive out. I'm walk out. I'm see the situation of some people. So I'm tell them, give me a list of what they need, and I'm try make some appeal to some people and say, best we can assist them as swiftly as possible.
Everybody needs to chip in right now.
It's all hands on deck.
We all have to. All have to do our part. What you're doing right now is very excellent. It's commendable. What your Kishima doing is very wonderful. I just wanted the Jamaican people to be strong, keep focused. I know John argue more than we can bear. We have to be strong. We are people in the world look for us for strength, so we have to show them how strong we are. This is the time to show that we are true Jamaicans, African descendants. We have to show our strength in this time.
All right.
Yes,
but one
absolutely.
thing I notice, a lot of Jamaicans now, them take them on fashion. So even though the trial times, a lot of people making their own business out of it too. You know what I mean? So they might be creative. Jamaican people are known to be very creative.
Very creative.
Yeah.
That much I tell you. All right,
yes.
Warror King.
Warror King, thank you so much for taking time out, and we will definitely keep in touch.
Yes, thank you very much, man.
Enough love, you are Warror King.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me very much.
Big up yourself.
Rastafari live. It's modesty.
Blessed love. We'll take a break. We'll soon forward.
Western Jamaica, when you're looking for quality, reliable, and affordable auto parts for your BMW, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Suzuki, and Mitsubishi, your destination is Reliance Auto Parts and Accessories, 22 Bedford Street, South and Lamar, Westmoreland. The time by Reliance Auto Parts and Accessories is...
The time is 9:16 p.m. You're joining us. It's the EBUZZ. And our focus tonight is all about Hurricane Melissa. And one of the things we want to make mention of right now, Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need. Naira FM is launching a relief drive to help those affected, and we need your help. Bring along any of the items you can spare, from canned foods to clothing, blankets and toiletries, and drop them off here at Naira FM at Coconut Grove, St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive in Kingston. We will personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and the spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're full. Your yard full of things right now, because I just came through the door and there's a lot here.
People are dropping off because they want to help. So it is indeed a great initiative. I think we're going to be speaking with our very own DJ Sunshine.
She's a right one to talk to, because one hurricane didn't name after she too, You didn't know that, right?
No.
Oh, you never hear about
yes, Katrina.
You never know say Hurricane Katrina. So
Bonzi, for a second there.
It's true. Yes.
Yeah, come here say Hurricane Sunshine. When that?
Yes.
Well, Hurricane Katrina. Yes, you're right.
So, Hurricane, good night.
Whatever, Dwayne, whatever.
Watch out. Exactly. Dwayne him up, yes.
Katrina.
I don't blame you. Dwayne him up, yes.
Yeah, Dwayne me up for.
Dwayne right now.
Yo, Katrina, behave yourself, girl.
Yeah. No, but Shine, thanks for taking time out to join us. And I was asking Bones earlier, just his experience, and talk to us a little bit about you. Like, where were you when the storm hit, and what was it like for you? Having experienced like a Hurricane Katrina before.
I was in Kingston and I was tracking the storm. I was looking at the maps to see where it was. I was hoping that it would just go between us and
let's go west, straight west.
Country. You know, understand when I saw it started going west. And I'm looking at it, and then it kind of just turned up by Treasure Beach area there. So, and then she kind of just shift again. And then I was like, boy, she's shifting, she's shifting. So I call up everybody and say, she's shifting.
Yeah,
I
was watching it
too. She just stood there, and then she hit. I'm wondering if she was giving us enough time to prepare.
She was giving us time to get stronger.
For, about a week or so before she actually hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while, yeah.
Yeah. So, and, where I was, nothing much happened.
Yeah.
But once you started going out into the world and looking at the devastation and seeing it on the social media and the news, you're like, oh my God, this is catastrophic.
Yeah, man, it's bad.
And, you know, boy, at this time, we just say, listen, as a family, IRFM family, we said we had to do something to assist the people. It's the people's station. And these same people, they have supported us over the years. And right now, they need our support in every way possible.
Right.
So, hence the drive, IRFM 11 Cocoa Relief Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, we have been getting the support from the people. People are still dropping off in the night here, and I just want the people to know that whatever it is that you have that you can donate, they need it. We're talking about things like personal hygiene, tarpaulin, if it's even mosquito destroyer. The people need it. At this time, there's no light, electricity for a fan to fan away those pests, you know, when they're trying to sleep. Food, drinks, water.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is that you have, the 11 Cocoa will full basket. I know a lot of people want to help, but they're not able to drive to the different areas.
Yeah.
And we don't want to just talk about the West alone, you know, because there's a lot of support going to the West, a lot of attention, spotlight on the West, but there are other people in other areas like the Blue Mountains, in Portland, in St. Thomas, and in other areas that were affected severely as well. So this is what we want to do with this drive. We want to ensure that we meet those people, the people who are not
spread it across.
attention, because we don't want to be given the same people, you know. So we're partnering with other organizations to ensure that people who are in need and who have not gotten the help yet get this help. And again, thanks to everybody who are lending their support in every way. There's a lady I saw today that she came to drop off some stuff, and she was telling me, listen, I came all the way from Trelawney. And I was not sure if IRFM would be open at the time. And she's glad she found it and she knows where it is now, and she's going to try and get some more stuff. She wanted me to tell the people that, listen, we're open 24 hours. We're always here to accept your donations. The security will accept the donations at the gate. It's 24 hours. We're asking also the business people, the small business people, if there's only one case of water you can spare, help
bring
us.
it.
If you want your place of business to be a drop-off center, because some people actually can't come to Otrius or go to Kingston to drop it off, if you are able to allow your place of business to be a drop-off center, call us here at IRFM, and we will find a way to pick them up from you.
Right.
You understand? So we're making it accessible and as easy as possible for people to donate.
All right.
And we, as a family, will be heading out into the streets.
Right.
Dwayne Howard himself will be heading out in the streets.
Darling, I've already started that.
Yes. No, I will definitely.
No,
I am actually coming in to do it.
Yes. Good.
Initiative.
Yeah, because long time we want like a foreign worker and not get a foreign worker, you know.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
So what happened now, again, Sunshine, I want to commend the first person who came in to me, which was Mongoose Restaurant and Lounge here in Otrius. Gave a lot of clothing, water, canned food, toilet paper, toothpaste, soap, a lot of stuff. We packed the care packages. We gave out a lot yesterday. We still have some. We still have to unpack it. I'm a mother unpack them out. But in Montego Bay, the need is so great. And because I am from Montego Bay, I took it down and we gave them out. It is every little, as you say, one cocoa. Every little bit.
And that's a perfect relief name, perfect name for the initiative. IRFM 11 Cocoa Relief Drive. So that's what we're pushing. Continue, Dora. You were talking about, why am I call it Dora and it's not even Friday? Continue, Sunshine. So you say all hands on deck. All hands on deck.
On deck. Like I said, IRFM is a family, And I see everybody, going around trying to do their part in assisting, and I'm sure we'll get donations as well from, our staff, that has already been coming in. But
coming already, yeah.
we are committed as a family to assist the people of Jamaica to get through this. We rebuild together. Small acts, big impact.
All right, Sunshine, here's a question. I wanted to ask you this question, and somebody had asked it of me today. All right, so they know about the drive. They know about people dropping off things. The distribution in terms of when will we go out? And how quick can we go out? Because I think the experience is the most important part right now. How to get the things to the people right away.
The thing is, there are lots of people going out right now.
Yeah.
What happens when those people aren't there anymore and those supplies have
dried up,
basically?
Yeah.
So we are not necessarily in a hurry because we know that there are other people going out. We are making other contacts to get other substantial donations, sustainable donations to the RFM 11 Cocoa Relief Drive. So we are working, want to know that when we are heading to the streets, we'll give people notice. When we are heading out there, we're going to let everyone know. As it stands right now, we don't have a date. We're trying to get everybody, the volunteers together to come out. But even if you can only volunteer to help somebody to clean up them space, we want you to call the station if that's the way you can lend your support. If you have a backhoe, if you have a tractor, if you have a water truck.
No, those people, they can go out right away. You see, the backhoe and the D9, the excavators, all of those things, that is what's needed right now more than we need the supplies for the. It's because I'm on the ground there. The help is not. They need the help yesterday. That's how bad it is. We're talking about a 15 to 16 foot storm surge that hit West Green in Montego Bay. West Green is just mud. The whole area is mud. And people are.
And you see, won't we appreciate this feedback because we want other people also to call and let us know where you are, so we can assist you, because we know that people are marooned,
They are.
So we like to know. I know that families, they have gone into the area somewhat. So if those families can get in touch with us and say, listen, this area really needs some attention.
Yep.
We are going to go out as soon as possible. But we're getting those water trucks together and, like I said, other substantial donations together.
We need the heavy equipment to clear the roads, because if the roads are not clear, the water truck can't come in to certain places.
I got you.
And we know a lot of people out there who have made, a lot of them make a lot of money off of these heavy equipment. Time to give a little help now.
And why there is also a need for swift movement as it relates to clearing certain things, because you don't want it get to a stage where it becomes a health crisis.
That's happening right now. It's there now.
Yeah.
Because there are areas where they're decomposing smells all across certain parts. And you see, and here's another thing, and you see, sometimes for the message to come across, it has to be painted very vividly. You have smells in areas of Mobay, areas of Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and one of the things I want to implore, I know that the infrastructure was damaged, so we want to make sure, but we need water more than anything else. Light, we know it come.
Yes.
But the water, because you see, once the waterborne diseases start happening around because the water is not clean, people are going to get sick, and we don't want that. So, powers the back be. Yes. What is that?
There is something playing.
Yes. Peter.
I was hearing something being played. Come to the door. I know we can hear you. Yeah. Yes.
If we could get some donations of plastic drums where people could actually store water as well, we'd appreciate that.
We have some, but we want more.
Persons are also saying that there is a big need for secure covering. Houses are without roofs, and there is a need for a tent drive, and I think Amber has started a tent drive, and this is message from Vivian sharing that there is a huge need for that.
And this is why I kept saying something more sustainable. Less they need the food, but they also need a roof over them head. So
no, absolutely.
I have made a few phone calls to get those donations as well.
You see, Sunshine, what has to happen?
Initiative.
What has to happen? It has to come in tranches. Right now, we're into the rescue and trying to save. But after that, after cleanup, the longer part of it is recovery and rebuilding.
Oh gosh, man.
And that is where
no, absolutely. And that is why even for me here, I have reached out to the Jamaica consulate in Atlanta to, see how we can mobilize support to get it to Jamaica, right? Start here to get it there, maybe, decide how we're going to channel it, if it is through Food for the Poor, for example, because a lot of people here want to help and they don't know the how. You don't know who in Jamaica you want to do it with. And even if you want it to go to designated parishes or that type of thing, when you go online to click the donate button, you don't know how, that aid will be disseminated, if it will go to the parish that you want it to go to or that sort of thing. So that is the conversation I'm getting on the ground. So I'm just waiting to engage them in further conversations because they're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is just 2 days of the week. But I'm really waiting to get that, update from them. And who knows, maybe from there I can go to engaging big corporations like Walmart, Sam's Club, and that type of thing to see how, but do it in a way where it is coming through the Jamaica consulate in Atlanta.
I think that's something. Before we go any further,
a lot of foreigners.
Before we go any further, let's take a quick time signal and forward. Take a quick break.
Okay. Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation. The time on IRIE-FM is...
Your time is 9:31. If you're just joining us, it's the EBUZZ. We have Sunshine online with us, and she's telling us about the IRIE-FM drive. Before we even do anything else, let me read this one more time. So Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need, and IRIE-FM is launching a relief drive to help those affected. And we need your help. Bring along any items you can spare, from canned food to clothes, blankets, and toiletries, and drop them here at IRIE-FM, Coconut Grove in St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive in Kingston. We will personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference. And that is what we're thinking of doing right now. So, Ambassador Pitt, we're going to leave it to you now to get these things done from Atlanta. Ambassador for call,
Sure.
Yeah, you should have said.
For a second there, like, me I lose it. Me I say, what must say?
Counselor.
Once you get that information, Kishima, maybe we can share it, because I know that there are people, Jamaicans abroad, who would like to also donate and not
a lot
sure
of people.
how they can go about donating.
No,
so once you get that information, we can share it with them how they can go about donating items.
And people need to get in touch with Oliver Mayer in Florida.
In Florida, right.
That he can coordinate with him to send stuff here, because he's a consular general there in Florida.
Yes, yes. Because even if these big corporations will allow a container at the door of the store, with hurricane relief through the consulate and that type of thing. So I had done a proposal and, going through them to see how we can mobilize the help here. And this is just, from conversations. It don't make any sense. Everybody you talk to say, boy, I want to do something. I just looking on my phone and crying. At some point, we have to dry the tears and do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
It is,
and we have to commend the people of Jamaica, people who are doing this initiative on their own, people who are donating. I see that Jamaicans have all come together for this very necessary need to help each other.
Yeah.
And we have to big up our Jamaicans and other people who have donated.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And, one of the things, the severity of this weather event has really resonated with a lot of people, and they're moving at expeditious speeds to get to people. Everybody wants to help. I have friends who are even on the Jamrock cruise who are doctors, and them say they're coming down to help. There is I think there's a mobile hospital that they're set up in Black River.
It's already set up.
Right. They want to come and give time. I said, you're going to have to liaison with the right people. So I'll try to figure that out and see how best they can come in and help. But people need medication. People need the bare basics right now in those areas because they're cut off. Yeah. So here's the problem, as I was mentioning before, Sunshine. There is no access to money, to cash, because the ATMs don't work. Yeah. Then the point of sale systems in those areas don't work, and a lot of it is because there's no power, right? And if they do have generator that will keep things cool, the internet don't work, so the point of sale don't work. So it's a lot of things.
I'm glad you mentioned the internet, because what we're also looking for is a donation of a mobile Starlink, where we can once we go out in field, because the people in need can log onto that device and get in touch with your family.
All right.
A lot of people have not spoken to their family.
We have actually seen that. Well. We have some people who have done the Starlink, and what they do, they allow people to line up and log.
Warrior King was telling us about that people are at his gate, and I think that's how GT said he was able to make contact. Someone shared Starlink. But Shine, before we move on to Junior Reid, who is also standing by, remind us again of the initiative, and especially for persons listening to the station right now, how they can contribute to IRFM 11 Cocoa Relief Drive.
It's the IRFM 11 Cocoa Relief Drive. Small acts, big impact. Rebuilding Jamaica together. IRFM as a family has come up with this initiative, and we thank all the people who have donated so far, and we continue to implore you to donate whatever it is that you have, whether it's big, whether it's small. You can drop it off at the IRFM Ocheria's office or the Kingston office. Please, when you drop it off at the IRFM Kingston office, please write on it that it's for IRFM, because IRFM and Zip FM shares the space.
Yeah.
So we know exactly who the donation is for. And like I said before, we're looking for different drop-off areas where people can just drop off these items and we can pick them up, because some of the people will not be able to make it to the Kingston office or the Ocheria's office. However you think you can assist, please call us at IRFM. We welcome your suggestions and we welcome your donations.
And I think what we could actually do, Sunshine, is see if one of the donations we'd love is donation of transportation. If we could get a company that has a fleet of vehicles that we could, commission for a day or two, and as you said, give the people notice, and we're able to not to just go into one particular point in the community, but if we have several vehicles, we can spread it out. All right, we're in this corner of this parish today, this corner, and we're all there at one time, and people can come in and benefit from the donations.
You don't have a feeling that we're going to have to do this more than once? We're going to have to go to the field more than once. I have a feeling we're going to have to do that.
Absolutely. When you think about they're not having any schools, you just think about location. You need like an outdoor classroom type of setup, with teachers contributing their time and that sort of thing. So it's definitely ongoing. It's no set it and forget it. So just keep listening to IRFM, and then, you will hear how you can contribute, whether cash or kind. Well, not cash, but items or your time in terms of, giving off self.
Beautiful. All right, thank you guys. Have a good one. IRFM 11.
You too, Dora.
Big up yourself, Sunshine. No, this is not going to be your poor friend.
11 Cocoa.
Check your poor friend no more. So you go.
All right,
Dwayne.
All right, Hurricane Katrina. Big up yourself.
Bye-bye.
Swain. All right, so
Katrina.
So that's the IRFM 11 Cocoa Relief Drive. You heard Sunshine giving us the information. Small acts, big impact. Together we rebuild Jamaica.
All right.
Really great initiative.
Very great. And another great initiative is a brother.
Yes, a
Junior
huge initiative.
And
Look
him
here,
say
now.
one blood.
When the man say one blood, is not no joke thing.
No.
And I posted Junior Reid's video on my social media page, and just the overwhelming support and messages and love that people are sharing, because Junior Reid, I will let him tell you. One blood.
One blood.
Good night. Welcome.
You need to turn on the light in the house. We can't see you.
Blessed love, Kashima and Great Bones.
Oh, you know my friend.
Yeah, man.
Your initiative is such a beautiful initiative, Junior Reid. I love the fact that you think outside the box and decided to, contract a water truck. Talk to us about that, and for 3 months. Talk to us about that and what made you decide that this is the route you want to take.
Yeah, well, we as one blood family, we just decide to say, well, this is the route because water is life. You understand me?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So we need water for all kind of things, for cook, for bathe, for everything. You understand me? So water is life. So we just say, instead of, instead of get the pallet water, them and them we just get a truck and, and service the place. We don't like get all 10 trucks in, but we just get a truck and service down there. And so, instead of the local water, when it go down there, although the local water still, it's still useful. You understand me?
Useful,
yeah. Yes,
and yes. For people, you understand me? So it's worth it while. You understand me? But we're not dangerous.
All right, Junior,
right now, we're not dangerous.
Here I want to ask you, Junior, before you go any further. Which areas are you planning to send this water truck to? Or you plan to spread it? Where are some of the places you plan to send the truck?
Yeah, we plan to send it to Black River, Westmoreland, Savamar, Santa Cruz. You understand me? Right now, today we send a water truck to Santa Cruz at the Leeds Primary School.
Wow.
You can contact the principal there, and we give him the water and make sure the elderly them get water, and the babies them and the mother them. You understand me? So
I absolutely love that.
And water is for the people them, everyone. You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
and I think one of the things that I really love and appreciate about your message, Junior Reid, is the fact that you said that, you wanted your contribution to be one that is ongoing because you understand the magnitude of the devastation.
Yeah.
Right.
But Junior, here's another thing. If you contract a truck,
right now we're planning on two times a week.
Right.
For about 3 months straight,
But if you're doing it for 3 months, Junior,
you
can cover everywhere. So I would suggest, well, if you're gonna do it for 3 months, for 2 times out of the week, you can canvass most of the parishes that are affected. I mean, you could do a Hanover Day, you could do a Westmoreland, you could do St. Elizabeth, you can do Trelawney, Montego be a mash up too, and Trelawney mash up too. Parts of St. Anne mash up too.
That is a plan. Yeah, that is a plan. Because we say the whole gang are our gang, And when we say our gang, we mean my gang, it's our gang, your gang. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are one blood, you understand me? And you see right now, you see a good thing for going on St. Elizabeth right now. You see all water truck island wide. You understand me? Whether independent company or private company. Yeah, we just want to know so well, them give the people them a free day. Every man in a water for their people, get the people them down at St. Elizabeth and all over the place were affected, a free day. So when I say a free day, we buy the water and we take care of gas and food and oil and them good thing there, and just go deliver the water. Just one day water day. You understand me?
Right.
Yes, that's a really great suggestion. And again, we have to commend you. Like you said, today was the first day that you actually sent out the water truck and you started in Sav.
Yeah. Today is the first day we send on the water. First time we buy some pallet water and then we get things, but we say it never really sufficient. You understand me?
Right.
So we go down there from Saturday. Saturday is the first day, and today we go down there. You understand me? Today we go to Santa Cruz, at Leeds Primary School. Yeah.
One of the things I appreciate, Junior, is the expediency that you have done this. I mean, you sent it out today. Because I can't re-emphasize, I can't emphasize the point enough that the people need the help right now. It is dire.
Right, no, we can't wait.
Can't wait. There has to be a hurry. I mean, we understand that strategies have to be in place, but while you're trying to put these strategies together, people are dead. People are dying.
Right.
So we need things to just go to them right now for to sustain them till the real big help comes. But people need the help now,
But Junior Reid, what advice would you give to especially, the leaders? Because there is a conversation out there, like as it relates to the entertainment fraternity and entertainers just taking the charge and, going out there, not hesitating and reaching the people in need. But what would you say to the leaders of the country based on the devastation that you have seen across the island?
What do I say to the leader of the country?
What do you want to tell them?
All right.
Tell them.
Where's the Kashima?
Okay, so what I was saying to your One Blood is like, you basically take the bull by the horns and go out there with this initiative, with your water truck, like you say, you hit up Sav today and, you're going out there and you're doing it. So I was saying, what would you say to the leaders in the country as it relates to, any kind of advice when you look upon the devastation, when you personally see what is going on?
Well, you see, what I would say to the leaders of the country, we just need unity, and we almost unite in this crisis. You understand me? And just know so well, just the people come first, and we all just attend to the people then. God, they need our attention. You understand me?
Yes.
I love is the answer, and love is the way, and we are one blood. Yeah, and right now, we survived this time. We survived this hurricane. So right now, give thanks to who survive and things stay so. Yeah. And we have people for help now, so we have to just put in work and just, you understand, get it done.
Family. We have to help our family, our family, our Jamaican citizens who are here and they're in dire straits right now. We need the help to get to them now, yesterday. Because when you go on the ground, as I keep saying, it looks post-apocalyptic. It looks like one of them movies there where you hear say the world end. That's how bad it looks. So we want to make sure the help gets to the people and it gets to the people as quickly as possible. And we want to pick up
right away.
Entertainers who have jumped in. You, Junior Reid.
Big up yourself, One Blood.
Junior Reid, Sean Paul, Shaggy, Beanie Man, all of them, Massacre.
Dexter Daps, Agent Sasko, Sean Storm, Cartel, through his Adija Palmer Foundation.
Right, so One Blood, respect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Right, Yeah, man. So right now, you see all of this work where we are put out.
Yeah.
And then, it just works after most I understand. You understand me? And just right work and then get in there. And just big up GR Production, One Blood Family, and Reggae Legend, and you understand me? The whole place, you understand me? Everyone who taking part and making this thing, make this thing happen. You understand me?
One Blood.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much,
Respect.
Junior One Blood Reid. Amazing.
Blessed love, blessed love.
Blessed
All
love.
right,
family.
we rise, man. We rise after the storm, yeah?
Yes,
after the
sir.
hurricane.
Yeah, man.
we
And
rise.
Junior, keep being a heavy
All right.
hitter. Heavy
Holy
hitter.
man, we're alive.
Heavy hitter.
Heavy
Stronger.
hitter.
Heavy hitter.
Blessed Katsima.
Enough love.
Yeah, man. Blessings, Junior One Blood Reid every
Blessed
time.
love, yeah.
Enough love, Junior. But I tell you,
Yes.
right in time.
Absolutely love that initiative, with Junior One Blood Reid. When I saw it, I'm like, yes, this is it.
We're gonna
Amazing.
we're gonna take a quick break. Soon forward.
The time on Irie FM is
Your time is 9:49. If you're just joining us, it is the EBUZZ. Everything Melissa right now. That's it, pretty much. Because before we do anything else, let me do this again. Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need. Irie FM is launching a relief drive to help those affected. And we need your help. Bring along any items you can spare, from canned foods to clothes, blankets, and toiletries, and drop them off right here at Irie FM at Coconut Grove, St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive in Kingston. We will personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference. And we're not just reading this script because we have to read it a lot, but we want it to sink in. We want you to.
Yes, we will make a
encapsulate-
difference.
Yes, we have
And
to, yeah.
earlier, Ron, you mentioned that there was an emergency field hospital in Black River,
Yes, up
at the
and
Black
running.
River Primary School.
Yes.
Up and running, 30 inpatient beds, an operating room for surgical procedures, an emergency room. There is a lab, pharmacy, and blood bank. So fully operational, and this is in
Black River.
St. Elizabeth at the Black
Pick up
River
yourself, Steve Hudson.
High School.
I know Steve Hudson is one of the guys who was working with that to make it happen. So Steve Hudson, Supreme Ventures, big up. So we have a lot of work.
We were supposed to connect with Ramesh tonight as well, but he
Probably
did
busy.
say to us that he will be in Westmoreland. No, St. Elizabeth. He was going to be in St. Elizabeth tonight, and I did see him, with care packages heading to St. Elizabeth or in St. Elizabeth as we speak, or perhaps on his way back or whatever. So he's been working really hard. Him transform his place of business into a drop-off location. So we know that a lot of entertainers are going through him to drop off their care packages from Idonia, Dexter Daps, Agent Sasco, and so many others. They're using his place as a drop-off location.
It's a good drop-off location, and it's big.
It is, because Ramesh is like a really good organizer too, like it takes a lot of work and energy and effort, and he does it so well.
So I think he's down there, and he has the resources because he has a lot of trucks and semis and stuff like that can really carry a large payload one time. So when they carry them to Ramesh and him go deliver it. He's the delivery man, as he calls himself. But he's
doing a great job. He's doing a great job with that.
Yeah, he's always quick to serve. I wonder if we can get a couple of calls in. What do you think here?
No, absolutely. I think we should.
Yeah, so let us give us a call and tell us where you at. Whoever can call, because we know the phone system not the best. But if you can call us, 974-5051.
974-5043.
974-5079.
Or 618-0352.
Give us a call. Tell us where you are and kind of give us a status report on the damages that you're seeing where you are.
How are you coping?
How you do. And, if everybody make it out alive, and boy, may I tell you, and the death toll is pretty high in this hurricane.
No, it is. Last time the official count was 32.
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
50-something across.
Yes. And then also, and more information coming in. Big up to Vivian. Vivian Stewart.
Vivian, give me no info.
Vivian says customs and import duties waived until end of December on relief items.
Also, and airlines are also waiving fees, no extra fees for bags for people who are coming in through the airport. That's one thing I know.
Yes,
so,
that is a plus. That is really, really a plus. And then I see where like a lot of cruise ships coming into Jamaica, they are not coming empty-handed.
Carnival.
They are bringing supplies and that type of thing. So we see where Carnival did that. Seeing the reaction though, Bones, just from the international community, and do you get this feeling or this sense that Jamaica is well loved? Like when you really think about the Little Rock, it is indeed one love to so many.
It is, not only are we loved, but they understand the severity and the gravity of this thing that happened, this hurricane. And they have to, they really chipped in and show the humanitarian side. I do believe we have a caller on the line. Buzz through caller, you're live.
You're live. Good night.
Well, if you're impeding one of them. Well, yes, my boss. How you do?
The great pick man, Kishima Francis.
Wagwan, pick.
Where are you calling
and your
from?
family?
Yeah, man, I want to tell you something, I mean, I live in a family, Mama, but I one little board house, and me I tell you, say the breeze rock it and some prayer and chanting all it together, Mama.
Oh my gosh, blessings.
I tell you, say, in a real life, Jamaicans really get a hit, really get an impact, And I just have said to the youths, them to help them one another, help them mother, help them. Cause some of the time, even the bigger ones, them break down, I may I say right now where are the little ones, them too, have to take up the mantle, So may I implore them to be strong. This are the time when, this are push your strength, push your power, push everything. But we have it, We have it, because once we put a sight on the creator, and DreamWorks, we don't have nothing to worry or fear, You know what I say?
Right.
And I just that me I say to the world wide that Jamaica sent on every parish, because no parish never did spared.
No, they weren't.
Here, but as me say, some people got impacted more, but no parish wasn't spared. So everybody have to just pull together. I'm a love Irish from I do every time. And DJ Bones Kishima just go and roll up on the head for the people, because the people them really have faith in now. Them listen to Irish already nothing now go on. Much people right now chat them battery, them phone, everything just to listen like myself here. You see me?
Respect for that,
Wow,
brother.
pick blessings for that. Yeah, man. I was glad that you're okay.
Pick before you go.
Man,
Where were you? Where are you calling from?
Me I call up at the cap child of Buckfield, I say,
Buckfield. Okay.
And the hurricane lick there in the boardhouse and the roof never fly off neither.
No, man, in here it stand up, man. Chant and prayer.
Yes, if on Thursday, they might talk about hurricane forward.
Yeah.
Friday, tomorrow, my neighbor, Amma Virgin.
Nail up.
No nail up, nothing but bend the nail, man, that is zinc, brother. No people, listen now, let me show you something going on. No people couldn't get nothing for batting apart. Money do everything in a bones.
True that.
So enough time them attack, like say, enough Jamaicans now it is where them can't even get a sandbag or nothing put up on the roof or nothing.
Right.
Just as I say, have faith in the most side, that are the greatest thing, you know what I mean?
See.
Yes.
All right.
Wow,
so
thanks for sharing that story with us, man. That real raw.
Glad to have you, brother.
I have a motivational tune for the people after the storm, but I just have to push on because we'll get there. Victory.
Yeah, man. One step at a time.
Here, sir.
Yes, I. Big up Chilla. Yeah, she can shop at Chuck Plaza. Big up all of my friends them know me. All of the elders them. Blessed.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Bless up. Give thanks.
And may I tell you something? If it up to a certain house in a Kishima, some mansion means he blow down,
Yeah, man, like concrete structure,
Shift.
Yes,
as I said, this metal, the breeze bend metal. It bend a metal, you see, and fly with the solar like take wing.
But I think it's the end of November that the hurricane season will end.
November 30th.
Right, the end of November. And when you really think about it, to say that we experienced Melissa when we did, like almost nearing to the end of the season, because you do have countries that got hit after hit.
You did, yeah. And I mean,
yeah, so
this
still
one
have to be grateful regardless.
This is a humdinger. This one never seen anything like this before. They said it was a perfect storm. It had the best winds. It had everything. I mean, when you hear the meteorological, the weather people talking about the storm.
And the description,
It's a healthy storm. It's a healthy storm.
And the Caribbean, the warmth from the Caribbean, you know, is
fueling it. It's
fueling it. Yeah, you know, like that kind of thing. I hear them.
Yeah, man, let me tell you something. Some of them call it a cyclone or a tornado. That's the kind of thing, but it was widespread. But that's the kind of wind speeds that I get, you know, a cyclone or a tornado or something like that. But it was
well, what I know for sure, I don't foresee any parents going forward naming their child Melissa.
Right now.
Not right now.
No, she was a record. She's one for the record books, I must tell you.
Yes, for sure.
We're almost out of time for the EBUZZ, but I'm sure tomorrow our shows again will always just be focusing on Melissa for right now, getting the drive in. And I'll say this again, that Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need. IRFM's launching a relief drive to help those affected, and we need your help. So bring along any items you can spare, from canned goods or clothing, blankets, toiletries, and drop them right here at IRFM at Coconut Grove in St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Road or Courtney Walsh Drive in Kingston. We will personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference. Yep.
And that's our time. Yes, want to say a big thank you to the entire team. First of all, thank you to DJ Sunshine. Thank you to Warrior King and Junior Reid, who came through.
I want to say thanks to the entire team. I want to say thanks to our producers, Vivian Stewart and Shaquille Gale, technical operator DJ Lollipop, in-studio engineer DJ Kamar, telephone operator Brianna Cunningham, and of course our social media specialist, Peter Broadbar. Join us next week when we'll have another exciting edition of the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones.
And I'm Kishima Francis. And I think Mutabaruka is up next.
We out.
The Cutting Edge.